This video is a basic review or summary of adding and subtracting fractions. And we're going to just start with different denominators. So a card written here, and it's not a bad idea to kind of write all your notes of how to do something on a card so that you can have it handy when you're doing homework. You can look at it before a test to set up a data dump, just to have it laid out in your own words. So here's how I think it through. When I see an addition or subtraction problem, my first thought is, do they have the same denominator? 7 and 5 are not the same denominator. This means the size of the pieces is sevenths. This is fifths. I can't add them together because they're not the same. So I want to find or create a common denominator. The easiest way to do this, and it will work every time, is to multiply this denominator by that one and that one by this. When I do that, I have to multiply the numerators by the same thing. So this has to be a 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. This has to be a 1. 7 divided by 7 is 1, because then I won't change it. Anything multiplied by 1 stays the same. So now I'm going to have a new denominator. I'm going to multiply these. And I'm going to copy it down here instead of doing equals all the way across. I like to do it below. So I'm going to have a new denominator, 5 times 7, which is the same as 5 times 7 here. So the new denominator is 35. Both of those are 35. My numerator is now 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2 times 7 is 14. Some people put these separate and put 2 35s, but I like to just put it all over one, because then it's very clear what math I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything with the denominators. This is just telling me the size of the piece is now 35ths. But I am going to do the numerators. So 30 plus 14 is 44. So my answer is 44 35ths. That could be turned into a mixed number, but most times anymore, we just let you leave it as an improper fraction, so we're not even going to go there. In the book or in ALEKS, you might see that they turn them into a mixed number, but generally they're going to say that you can leave it as an improper fraction. So this next one, 3/5 minus 1/3. My first thought is, do they have the same denominator? No, they do not. So I need to create a common denominator. I need to create a denominator that they both can have. Easiest thing is multiply this times that, so times 3, and this times that, so times 5. If I do the denominator, I have to do the numerator by the same number. So this is times, 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 times. So my new denominator is 3 times 5, which is 15. My numerator is 3 times 3, which is 9, minus 1 times 5, which is 5. Now I just do the math here. 9 times 5 is 4 over 15. I look at that and I know I can't reduce it because this only divides by 2. This divides by 3 or 5. They have to divide by the same thing or it can't be reduced. Let's move back up here and try another addition one. So do they have the same denominator? Well, I can't read the whole card. Let me slide it over. Do they have the same denominator? No. So I need a new denominator. So I'm going to multiply 5 times 2, 2 times 5, the top by the same thing, the numerator by the same thing. So now I have 2 times 5 for my denominator is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 times 5 is 5. Do the math right there. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 over 10 is my answer. This next one I copied down twice because I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. We can do what we've been doing. So I'd multiply this times 8. I'd multiply this times 4. The numerator by the same thing, so that I have this as a 1 and that's a 1. 8 times 4 is 32. I have 8 times 3, which is 24, minus 1 times 4, which is 4. 24 minus 4 is 20. over 32. Now I look at this and I can reduce this. I can divide both of these by 2 for sure. So I'm going to show you the easiest way that if people aren't good at their math facts, the easiest way to do it is you just start dividing by 2. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. 32 divided by 2 is 16. And yes, you can use a calculator for this. Then I could divide by 2 again. And I would get 10 divided by 2 is 5. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Then I'd say, can I divide by 2 again? No, 5 does not divide by 2. 5 only divides by 5, and 8 doesn't divide evenly by 5. So I'm done. That's my reduced answer. There would be a simpler way to get to that. This is totally legitimate. This, you use that same system and you do it all the time. But if you look at this and you say, well, I could use 8 as my common denominator, because if I multiplied this by 2, so I'm not going to multiply it by the opposite number. I'm just going to recognize that if I multiplied this by 2, so I'd have to multiply this by 2, it would turn into 8. Some people say, well, then I have to multiply this times 1. Okay, it doesn't change it any, but 2 times 4 is 8, and 8, so I have a common denominator of 8. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 times 1 is 1. So 6 times 1 is, 6 minus 1 is 5, and the denominator is 8, and I can't reduce it anymore. So see, you end up with the same answer, but if you recognize this, you don't have to go through all this reducing stuff. If you don't recognize that, do it the long way. It works, and you'll get it right. I'm going to do a couple more that are just a little bit bigger. And if you want to stop the video, copy these down, stop the video and try it, and then you can see if you remember how to do it. But this is the same kind of thing as the other one. There's a shortcut, or just do it the long way. So if I do it the long way, I'm going to multiply this times 6. I'm going to multiply this by 10. If I do the denominator, I have to do the numerator by the same number. So 6 times 10 is 60. So my denominator is 60. 6 times 9 is 54. Plus 5 times 10 is 50. So my numerator is going to turn into 54 plus 50, which is 104 over 60. Now, this can be reduced. So I could divide by 2. And I'd get 52 and 30. I could divide by 2 again. And I'd get 26 and 15. And then that would be reduced as far as I could go. The other way this one could be done, I could think, is there something smaller than 60? That if I multiply this times something, it'll turn it into it and this. So I could multiply this times 3, and it'll be 30. And I could multiply 6 times 5, it'll be 30. So then it would be 3 times 9, and it would be 5 times 5. So then I'd have 3 times 9 is 27, plus 5 times 5 is 25. And then that would add up to be 52 over 30. See, we're right here. So we skipped this whole step of reducing by doing that. We'd still have to reduce and get 26 over 15. And let's do one more. This one, I could look at it and say, is there a simpler way to do it? And I don't see a simpler way to do it, so I'm just going to do times 7 over 7 times 4 over 4. So I get 28 for my new denominator. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 3 times 4 is 12. 21 and 12 is 33 over 28. That's my answer.